91 days until 2026. So today is October 2nd as I record this video. We have 91 days until the end of the year. That is plenty of time to get after it. I'm not saying you're going to be retiring your wife or buying that Lamborghini that you've been eyeing, but it's plenty of fucking time to get started in making some moves. And I always find that how you close out one year is how you start another. So this is the time to hit it hard and to close out 2025 strong, but more importantly, to roar into 2026 with freight train-like momentum. So this is going to be for like online creators. I'm going to share 3 tasks that I would do every single day. It's the 3 tasks that I focus on every single day, and it's the 3 tasks I've focused on for the last several years, every single day. So if you want to make change, here's 3 steps, 3 tasks to do every single day. And it can take as much time or as least time as you want, but do each task at least once. And honestly, you could have this done in 30 minutes a day. Obviously, if you can spend more time on it, you can spend more time on it. But if you only got 30 minutes a day, then you only got 30 minutes a day. And what I find is when I tell people 30 minutes a day, they get after it and they start spending 30 minutes a day on it. Within about 30 days, they realize, okay, I'm gaining some momentum. I'm moving. I'm gaining confidence. And then all of a sudden, what happens is they start auditing the rest of their day, and they realize, well, shit, I could probably get up 10 minutes earlier. I can probably go to bed 10 minutes later. Now, I'm not suggesting sacrifice sleep. I'm not here to say you only need 4 hours of sleep. But they start looking at their day a little bit differently. Oh shit, I have an hour lunch break. I can probably do one of these tasks on my lunch break. I watch an hour on Netflix. So they audit, and then all of a sudden they find more time. So that's why I suggest, if you don't have much time, this is perfect. Just dedicate 30 minutes to it, and over time, you'll start finding more time to fit the skills. So anyways, here's the 3 tasks. Number 1, create at least 1 piece of content on social media. I would challenge you to do YouTube videos. YouTube videos like this, talking head videos like this no edit style videos that I've been doing and a lot of other creators who are over 40 years old doing. The no edits, the no flashiness, it's raw, it's real, and people really appreciate that. So I would challenge you to do YouTube. Now, I know that's a tall task. Most people don't want to do YouTube. So I would say pick 1 social media platform. I don't care which platform it is. They all work. You have to pick one based on your strengths and weaknesses. If you don't like to write, I would not pick Threads. If you don't like to create videos, TikTok probably isn't for you. So find what works for you and your strengths, weaknesses. Pick 1 platform, that is it. Just dedicate yourself to 1 platform for the next 91 days and create 1 piece of content. I don't care what type of content. I have videos on content. Here, I'll give you a few examples. Sit down and jot out 10 problems that you have solved for yourself. I don't care what topic they are. It could be how you make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for now. I really don't care. List out 10 accomplishments. It doesn't have to be this life-changing accomplishment. It could be something you lost 5 pounds in 45 days, something like that. Whatever it is, talk about that. Talk about the struggles that you had before and after and what you tried to fix it and all the things. I would start there with your content. So again, create at least 1 piece of content on 1 social media platform. So that's task number 1. Task number 2 is have at least 1 conversation with somebody in your target market. Email, DM, or phone call. I recommend phone call because you can really get deep with phone calls. However, I know a lot of people are terrified of the phone, but that's going to be the fastest way. You're going to get some good content by talking to people on the phone. Emails, DMs work as well. I would guesstimate that I have probably 5 to 10 conversations every single day, either phone calls, email, or DM. Phone calls, email, or DM. A lot of it's over email, but I get a lot of DMs too. 5 to 10 conversations a day. That is why I'm able to create such good content, because I talk to so many people. You know, I think most people would be shocked with how much time I spend behind the scenes having conversations with people. It's a lot. It is a lot. That is where the lion's share of my time is spent in business, is having conversations with people. And I find most people skip this step. Most people skip the whole conversation part, and then they ride the struggle bus for weeks, months, and sometimes even years. Have conversations with people. Again, email, DM, or phone call. So that's task number one. Have at least one conversation every single day. And then the third task, what I talk about often, is make one offer. Make one offer. An offer is an opportunity for somebody to give you money in exchange for value. It could be a $5 ebook that you sell. It could be a paid phone call. It could be a coaching program, whatever it is. Something where there's an opportunity where they can give you money. Now, when starting out, you might not have something right away. So you might not be able to do this task on day one, you know, but you should be able to start doing it by day 30, is having some type of an offer, whatever that offer it is. I don't care if you're selling a 60-minute call to talk to you for $5, $10, just to get started, just to get some people in, some confidence, some momentum. That's fine. The money doesn't matter when starting out. So those are the three tasks. Create at least one piece of content, have at least one conversation, and make at least one offer. That is it. Those three tasks. And honestly, it's funny, as an example, like doing live streams. Like when I do live streams, I do all three of those. I'm creating content, I'm having conversations with people because they're asking me questions, and then I pitch on my live stream. So I'm literally checking all three of those boxes when I do just one live stream. So you can create content and make an offer in your content. I do that all the time. You know, so these three tasks can be done together as well, is my point. But I would really, really focus on that second one. And when I say make one piece of content, have one conversation, make one offer, that's minimum. That's minimum. If you have more time, spend more time on content, spend more time on conversations, spend more time making more offers. You know, but if you're starting out, I would definitely, any extra time would be on getting on the phone call with people, or DMing people, or emailing people. And I know DMing people gets a bad rap. You're just having a conversation. So many people think like DMing people, it's to pitch them something. Like you're not pitching them something. You're having a conversation with them. Every new follower, you got it on Instagram. When my Instagram account was new, like a year and a half ago, I DM'd every new follower. And I had a copy and paste message every single time. And it sparked conversation. I didn't try to sell them anything. And I made it funny. I made the message funny, and I got a really good response rate. I can't remember exactly what it said, but it was something like, hey, thank you for the follow. My pride and ego sure does appreciate it. And I said, if I had a magic wand and I could make your biggest problem disappear, what would that problem be? You know, something along those lines. And it was interesting. After like about 20 replies, I think like 8 or 9 said the same thing. And I had it tracked in a spreadsheet. From what I remember, it was sales, creating content that generates sales. I think that's what it was. I have the spreadsheet, I'd have to look at it. But that was how I started conversations. And this is when I had like 27 followers. You know, I had 53 followers. You know, I wasn't getting lots of followers every day, obviously, but anytime I had a follower, I sent them that message. Now, not every follower replied, of course, but I got a pretty good response rate. And it was because I led with humor, you know. So, you know, I would definitely recommend doing that if you're whatever social platform. DM the follower and ask them what's their biggest pain point, what's their biggest problem. This gives you great content ideas. And that's the thing, when having conversations with people, like I think I said earlier, that's how I create such good content. It's because I have so many conversations. Like, I know what people are struggling with. I know the fear of judgment is the biggest problem my audience faces. I know that because I talk to so many people on a daily basis, and they share that with me, second guessing themselves, you know? And so it's not like I create this magical content. It's just I have a lot of conversations with people, and I notice patterns. I notice patterns. You have 30 conversations, you're gonna notice 13 people say the same damn thing. You know, it's like, okay, I'm gonna lean into that and talk about that more. That's why I talk about the fear of judgment, like 30 to 40% of my content, because that's what the biggest problem my audience faces. The next biggest problem is typically how to create content that turns into leads and sales. And so I talk about that all the time too. You know, those are the two biggest problems that my community, I don't know, your community is going to be different. But I know that because I've had hundreds and hundreds of conversations. And I keep hearing the same thing over and over and over and over again. So that's the strategy. 91 days until the end of the year. Create at least one piece of content, have at least one conversation, and make at least one offer once you got something for sale. And just, you don't have to have all your ducks in a row. You don't have to have it all figured out. Fuck, I don't have all my ducks in a row. I'm constantly figuring it out as I go. I'm making tweaks, I'm making adjustments, you know. I think that so many people I have conversations with, they think you have to have this grand plan of everything in place. And I'm like, dude, I ain't got no grand plan in place. I fucking show up every day, I put out content, I have conversations, I make offers based off of the conversations I have. Like, that's it. Create content, have conversations, make offers. So anyways, I'm getting back into YouTube. I'm trying. I fell off the ladder, or I fell off the wagon, I should say. I apologize. But if you have any questions on selling PDFs online, drop them down below. I'll do my absolute best to answer them. Also, hit that subscribe button. I do these videos. It's one take, 0 edits. I just walk around my neighborhood here in West Las Vegas, or Southwest Las Vegas, and I ramble about a topic, an opinion, a perspective, a thought, a win, a loss, a lesson learned, a mistake made. So if you like this style of content, hit that subscribe button. Also, check out this video right here. I average about $540 a day selling silly little PDFs, and I pretty much broke down exactly what I do. You can take it and run with it. I've had a few people watch that video and go out and launch their own PDF. So check out that video when you get a second.